Welcome to Winning Moves with Manthan Chokshi. Sicilian Dragon, the most attacking opening probably in chess. Last time I uploaded one game from White, how to crush the Sicilian Dragon, if you have been following the channel. This time I am black and I am playing the Sicilian Dragon myself. It's a very attacking opening, especially in the blitz games. So let's have a look at the game. Watch the game till the very end. It's an interesting exchange sacrifice, one of the standard themes of the Sicilian Dragon. Also, if you like the video, do subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. So this is one of the standard setup of the Dragon variation. Queen a5, rook c8, knight e5. That's how you attack on the queen side. Black will play the knight to c4 and white would continue with g4, h4, h5 plan. So after the exchange of the bishop and the knight, the game is really interesting, but here white plays g5, which is a little bit surprising because it blocks the diagonal of the e3 bishop. And now I play knight h5. So here h4, h5 plan, opening up the h file, won't work. Knight b3 attacking the queen. So I go queen a6, one of the safest square for the queen. Knight d5, attacking on e7. So here I play the useful move king f8. It's a strange looking move, supporting the pawn with the king. But it's a safe move because knight e7, king e7 and queen into d6 is not possible because of the queen on a6. Now here he plays bishop d4. He wants to exchange the g7 bishop. So here it's an interesting exchange sacrifice, rook into d4. Yes, I give the exchange because I want to retain the g7 bishop, the dragon bishop. It's much more worth than the rook. The g7 bishop is a powerful piece, not only in attack, but also in defending the black king. So here, it's a classic example of one of the main themes of Sicilian Dragon, exchange sacrifice. Now, interesting position, black is exchanged down. So black starts with b5, counter offensive on the queen side. So it's white to play here. White has got two aggressive knights, so he's using them to attack the queen. Knight b4. I go queen b7, placing my queen on the long diagonal. And also the idea is a5 followed by b4. So here he makes a mistake. f4 is a very bad move, giving away the e4 pawn, that too with a check. So immediately I captured the pawn. Queen d3. Now here I thought queen into d3, but then he takes with the knight and supports the f4 pawn. So for some time I thought whether I should capture the f4 pawn with the queen because it exposes the black king a little bit with rook f1 and doubling on the f file. But I thought let us capture on f4 and also we may get the g5 pawn. So we'll get 3 pawns for the exchange that was given earlier. So it would be a good compensation. So after some thought, I decide to play queen into f4. White decides to seize the f file with rook f1. Position is now slightly plus for black. Queen into g5 is following 3 pawns, which is more than enough. The only thing black has to do now is to exchange queens. So I go queen g3 here. And black has to be careful about his own king on f8. If queens are exchanged, then black would be having a winning position. So now here I find a good idea. Queen e5, queen c5 and queen c4, exchanging the queens. He doubles on the f file, attacking the f7 pawn. So I bring back the knight, which is not in a good position, on h5, back in the game. Knight f6, blocking the file of the rook. So now if I play correctly, it should be a okay, it should be a win. I just have to defend well. So rook e3 attacks the queen. I go queen c5 as per the plan of exchanging queens on c4. So here I was left with about 1 minute and 7 seconds, which should be enough. One thing that came to my notice was the diagonal f5 b1. So if I get my bishop to f5 and pin one of the pieces, that would be a great idea. So first of all, I exchange the queens. I take with the rook so that the rook can also capture on h4. Now many beginners, they always get a temptation to give check. Here bishop f5 check looks a good move, but doesn't make sense just giving the check. Let's wait for the right time to play bishop f5. So after rook d1 attacking the d6 pawn, I go knight e8. I could have defended king e7, but I thought knight e8 would be better, freeing up the f pawn also. Here he goes knight a5 attacking the rook. I take on h4. The h4 pawn is gone. So now it's a completely winning game with 4 pawns. Now the d6 pawn comes under pressure with the knight and the rook. So here instead of defending, I go for a counter attack, bishop h6. Now the dragon bishop is in action. Both the bishops, see the power of 2 bishops. So we have created a skewer here. One of the rooks will surely go. And here white plays rook e4, and now comes the move bishop f5. As I told earlier, bishop f5 has to be timed well. So we win the rook here. 2 attacks on the e4 rook, and here white resigns. Hope you enjoyed the Sicilian Dragon game. This is Manthan Chokshi signing off. Thank you. Welcome to Winning Moves with Manthan Chokshi.